Pella Wren, a timid clerk whose fingers tremble even when turning paper, works late into the night. The archive's cold air clings to her shoulders as she sifts through stacks of grim records. A glint catches her eye, a ledger bound in blackened leather, its cover etched with unfamiliar sigils. It is not listed on any inventory. A forbidden book, the death office whispered about only in hushed, fearful tones. Pella opens the ledger. The first entry is her own name. Her death is recorded in stark black script. In less than an hour, Pella Wren will fall from the roof of Gravemire City. Her breath catches. She reads it again, each word a weight that settles onto her ribs. The ledger's prediction seems certain, but Pella feels an instinctive urge to test it. She climbs the narrow stairwell toward the roof, heart hammering. At the top she slips, a sudden gust of wind, and lands on a stone ledge instead of falling into the night. The ledger's words dissolve in her mind like mist. With the ledger's prediction unfulfilled, a law older than the city itself shudders into motion. The chain elevator, long sealed beneath the archive, rattles and clanks as it ascends toward the surface. A cold wind sweeps through the stone corridors. The faint glow of ember red accents flickers along the walls, warning of an unseen presence. Pella turns slowly, staring at the ledger's empty pages. Her mind reels as she realizes, by preventing her own death, she has violated a law that governs fate itself, a rule older than any decree of the city. She hears the distant clang of metal, an ancient chain moving toward the light, and feels the weight of an unwritten covenant that now lies broken beneath her feet. The thing beneath the archive reaches the surface before Pella can catch her breath. Iron plates fold around a body made of smoke, and a faceless helm turns toward the Lastmark Ledger in her satchel. I did not summon you. Pella runs. The hunter never hurries, yet every alley delivers it closer. Doors frost beneath its hand. Lanterns die as it passes, and the ledger beats against her ribs like a second heart. A broad blade strikes the creature aside. Its wielder is Raska, a veteran mercenary with silver in her cropped hair and the calm expression of someone meeting an old nightmare.
That is a debt collector. It found you, because death believes you owe it something.
I only refuse to fall. Raska scatters salt and iron filings. The collector stops at the circle, but the dark armor begins knitting itself together.
Death can be delayed, traded, or stolen. It cannot simply be avoided. Every life saved leaves a debt. Something always pays.
Then tell me how to repay mine. Pella shifts the satchel behind her. The collector's helm follows it exactly. Raska understands first. The creature is not tracking Pella. It is following the ledger.
Keep that book near us, and it will never lose the trail.
Raska breaks the seal on an underground stair. They descend into tunnels erased from every city map, slamming an iron gate between themselves and the collector. Above them, the creature waits beside the ledger's fading glow. Below, something small laughs in the dark, and a key turns in a lock no hand has touched. The tunnels beneath Gravemire remember no map. Old rails vanish into flooded dark, and every distant chain sounds like the debt collector testing the gate behind them.
Keep moving. A locked gate is only a delay.
At an untouched lock, a brass key turns by itself. The door opens, a wire snaps around Pella's satchel, and a small hooded thief drops laughing from the beams.
If that book is yours, you have worse habits than I do.
Raska blocks the exit before Pip can vanish. The thief's grin dies at the ledger's seal, replaced by the look of someone recognizing a grave. You know what this is.
I know what follows it, and I know hiding will not help.
From a hidden sleeve, Pip produces a key cut in the shape of descending arches. Its metal carries the same burgundy pulse as the ledger.
Where did you get it?
I stole it from the maw years ago. I have been running from the answer ever since.
Pressed to the wall, the key wakes a buried root. Stone lines ignite, spiraling beneath Gravemire toward a chamber marked as the heart of the maw.
The ledger cannot be burned or buried. At the heart, it can be unmade.
Then that is where I am going. The collector strikes the gate, and dust falls like black snow. Pip could run alone, but instead turns the stolen key. A door opens downward, and 3 figures descend toward the heart.
Stay close. The first key never opens a door for free.
The first key leads them beneath the oldest foundations of Gravemire. Thousands of memorial niches line the passage, but every name has been carefully chiseled away.
Someone wanted the dead remembered, just not identified.
At the passage's end, a priest tends blue flames in bowls made from old courthouse scales. White braids hang through iron mourning rings, and a lantern-shaped censer swings from one patient hand.
3 fugitives, 1 stolen key, and a book that should be impossible. You are late.
Cauldron mourn will not touch the ledger. When Pella approaches, every funeral flame bends toward her, as if greeting a death they once knew. Can you help us destroy it?
Destroying a verdict is difficult when the courthouse still stands.
His censor wakes a buried relief. The maw was not built as a prison or a tomb. It was a courthouse where disputed fates were weighed, sentenced, and sometimes returned to the world.
And who judged fate?
People arrogant enough to believe they could.
The relief changes. Every carved traveler enters whole and emerges missing something. A face, a name, a year of childhood. The maw collects identity as an entrance fee. How do we know what it will take?
You do not. That is why the price works.
Cauldron takes up his censer and opens a stair sealed since the courthouse fell. He agrees to guide them, but as Pella crosses the threshold, her mother's face flickers once inside her memory.
Count what you love before we descend. Soon, counting may be all you have left.
Cauldron's stair opens into an abandoned laboratory. Cracked bellows inhale without hands, empty bottles whisper, and every brass instrument points toward a locked iron cabinet.
Either the furniture is alive, or I have finally inhaled something expensive.
Above the experiment floor hangs Knock Knock Fizz, trapped in a cage woven from living copper tubes. Below him, shattered laboratory creatures crawl on glass legs and search for heat.
Excellent timing. Terrible entrance, but excellent timing.
Raska shatters a path without slowing the creatures. Pip climbs for the cage, while Pella opens the ledger just enough to pull every glass head toward its burgundy light.
Make the rescue quick.
They are following the book. I can lead them away. Freed, Knock Knock catches one broken creature beneath a flask. Its fragments crawl back together, around a spark that refuses to fade.
Nothing in the maw is truly dead. It becomes an echo, a mechanism, or a very inconvenient obligation.
At last, a scientific definition of haunting.
Knock Knock builds 4 palm-sized brass cicadas. When wound, each projects a false heartbeat and a brief imitation of its owner's fate.
They will fool fate for 7 breaths, 8 if fate is feeling charitable.
And after 7,
Run before the lie notices you.
false heartbeats scatter through the ruins, drawing the glass creatures away. Knock Knock joins the descent, and the 5 travelers enter an ancient lift that carries them toward the first gate.
One warning. The deeper machines have been awake much longer than I have.
The lift stops 3 miles beneath Gravemire. Ahead stands the first gate, tall as a cathedral and carved with faces whose eyes have been carefully erased.
No hinges, no lock, and absolutely no respect for engineering.
A black altar rises from the floor. 5 hollows open across its surface, and Cauldron translates the verdict burning above them. Passage requires one memory loved enough to hurt.
The maw does not accept memories we are eager to lose.
Raska gives the sound of her first victory. Pip loses a brother's laugh. Cauldron surrenders the hymns sung at his ordination. Knock Knock releases the taste of the first meal he ever cooked alone.
Take it before I remember why I kept it.
I know someone laughed. I just cannot hear him anymore.
Only Pella remains. The altar finds a summer kitchen, flower in the air, and her mother's face bending close with a smile Pella has carried through every lonely year. Choose something else.
It already chose what you cannot replace.
Pella presses her hand to the stone. Warmth leaves her like a final breath. The face dissolves first, then the color of the eyes, then every line that made the memory hers. The gate opens. I remember that she loved me. Why can I not see her?
Because this place steals with precision.
Beyond the gate waits a court of empty balconies. The party moves forward, carrying 4 absences and 1 faceless love. High above them, a hidden black lens finishes recording Pella's payment. Someone is watching us. The court beyond the first gate has no judges, only empty balconies and thousands of black lenses. One by one, they open and turn toward Pella. It followed us through the gate. Smoke spills from the highest gallery, black iron plates close around it, forming the faceless hunter from Gravemire. The debt collector lands without a sound.
Stay behind me. It has never come this far to negotiate.
Knock Knock releases the brass cicadas. 5 false heartbeats scatter through the court, each wearing a perfect imitation of Pella's fate. The collector does not turn.
That is deeply insulting to both science and fraud.
Counterfeits. The subject is singular.
Raska strikes. One empty gauntlet catches her blade. The other points toward Pella, and pale threads appear around the young clerk. Birth, death, and a hidden knot where no knot should exist. If you came for my life, take it and leave them.
You were not spared. You were revised.
The knot opens. Its oldest strand reaches back years before Pella found the ledger, to an alteration made while she was still an infant. Someone changed the record and concealed the hand that did it.
Then she is not your fugitive. She is your evidence.
Collection suspended. Audit begun.
The collector dissolves into smoke, leaving Pella alive. Where it stood, a line of burgundy light runs beneath the court and points toward a sealed archive door bearing the date of her birth.
Whatever they changed, the answer is in there.
The Burgundy Trail unlocks an archive older than Gravemire. Endless drawers climb into darkness, while brass machines sort the births and deaths of people forgotten by the city above.
A room full of secrets, alphabetized for my convenience.
No one searches. One drawer opens by itself and delivers a narrow folio sealed with the Wren family mark. The paper is waiting for Pella, as if the archive expected her.
That seal belonged to my mother.
The first entry records Pella's birth. The second, written 6 days later, records fever, stillness, and an official death witnessed by a clerk and a physician.
It says I died before my mother ever brought me home.
Then this is not a prediction. It is a completed record.
Cauldron checks the courthouse seals. Knock Knock tests the ink, paper, and dust trapped beneath the wax. Every mark is authentic. The record is older than Pella's memories.
Someone did not forge your death. They erased it after it became true.
Which is considerably more difficult and much less legal.
School lessons, scraped knees, lonely birthdays, and years behind the death clerk's desk unfold after the line has already ended. Every memory Pella owns exists where the record says nothing should.
Then every day I remember was borrowed from someone.
Borrowed is not the same as undeserved.
Black light leaks from the death entry and runs behind the shelves. The archive fills with voices carrying regrets that do not belong to the living. Something in the maw has remembered Pella's missing death.
It knows what I was supposed to become.
The black light behind the shelves becomes a corridor with no end. Every whisper borrows a familiar voice, and every shadow wears the shape of someone the travelers failed.
Do not answer anything that already knows your shame.
Raska sees the partner she abandoned to finish a contract. The echo asks whether the payment was worth one life. Her sword passes through it, and the wound only grows.
I chose the contract. I have called it survival ever since.
Pip hears a brother laughing behind the door Pip locked during a robbery. Then silence. Knock Knock watches an experiment ignite and remembers sealing the laboratory instead of returning for his assistant.
I told myself he escaped. I never went back to learn the truth.
I saved the city from the fire. I did not save the person beside me.
Cauldron's echo builds a courthouse from death lists. He recognizes every name. As a young priest, he preserved the judgments perfectly and challenged none of them.
I mistook remembering the condemned for defending them.
The corridor gives Pella her old desk and stacks it with every death notice she copied without asking who decided. Her mother's faceless silhouette accuses her of borrowing a life while recording the ends of others.
I was afraid to question the records because rules made me feel safe. But guilt is not proof. You are feeding on what we hide.
The others repeat their truths until the echoes starve. Black light cracks, the false corridor collapses, and 5 travelers emerge together before a silent figure seated beneath the mark of the first keeper.
Whatever waits ahead, it faces all of us.
The figure beneath the keeper's mark rises. He is neither ghost nor creature, but an ageless judge wearing a broken halo and the exhaustion of someone who has guarded one door for centuries.
At last, the ledger has brought me the account it cannot balance.
The ledger opens at his touch. Names Pella believed were predictions separate into scales, exchanges, and unfinished balances stretching across generations.
Then the book was never showing me who would die.
No, it records debts owed to reality.
Every life pulled from its ending shifts wait elsewhere. A stranger loses an hour, a family loses a fortune, or a collector carries the imbalance forward until reality can collect.
So survival creates a debt, but the survivor may not pay it. Correct. The innocent often inherit arithmetic they never agreed to.
The keeper turns to Pella's first page. At 6 days old, her death entered the balance and was removed in the same hour. No rescue was recorded. No payment was named.
Someone erased it.
Erasure leaves damage. This was theft.
A hidden authority seal covers the thief's hand. Beneath it, another fate line vanishes into the deepest levels of the maw. Someone intentionally stole Pella's death and concealed the price.
Who paid for the life I received?
That answer waits with the original transaction.
The keeper burns a new mark into the ledger and opens the stair beneath his throne. As his body becomes gold dust, the book draws a line downward toward the heart of the maw.
Find the debt beneath your name, Pella Wren, before it finds you.